It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown newspaper, and we are at the Beggar's Pizza location, 127th Street and Kedzie Avenue in Blue Island, across the street from Eisenhower High School, and we have a great show for you tonight. It is hot stove season. We're talking baseball tonight on the Coach's Corner Show. A couple great guests for you. First off, Marian Catholic baseball coach Tony DeCarlo. Tony D, in his 5th season at the helm at Marian Catholic, guided them to runner-up in 3A in 2017. He's got a bunch of talent returning. They will be a top 10 team statewide going into the season. And he's a St. Lawrence grad as well. So this is our 3rd St. Lawrence tie-in in the last 3 weeks. So it's getting a little crazy. You St. Lawrence people are done after tonight. We're also going to have on senior catcher Angelo Cantelo, one of the top players in the area, state. And he gets it done, man. 3rd year on the varsity, hits for power. Definitely one of the best arms in the state from behind the dish, and he is a Lewis University commit, so I like that a lot. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, join the loyalty program, Big Cheese Club. Lots of great perks, and it makes a great stocking stuffer for this holiday season. We come back, Marian Catholic coach Tony DeCarlo will be our guest, and guess what? This is the 400th Coach's Corner Show, number 400 tonight, so we'll talk about that a little later. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
My experience was nice. It was easy, no pressure, easy sales. The first experience was so good that I kept coming back.
When I arrived to Apple Chevy, I was impressed. Just started with my dad, and then my dad recommended me like, hey, go to Apple Chevy, don't go to a different dealership, they help you out.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our first guest tonight, Marian Catholic baseball coach Tony DeCarlo, also known as Tony D.
Thanks for having me, Pat. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on again, Tony. You know, we had to pull some strings. You know, last couple of years you've been big leaguing me ever since that 2017 second place finish. But we got you this. We got you, man.
Always appreciated it. Thanks for having me.
Always glad to have you. It's always good to have another Italian on. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Not many of us around, right?
No, exactly, man. All right, so you guys got a bunch of talent returning from last season. I mean, you got to be pretty stoked about the 2019 season with what you have coming back.
We are. We definitely are. There's a lot of talent, as you mentioned, and as long as the kids obviously buy into the program and what we have going forward, we're really excited as to what's going to happen for this upcoming season. So should have a lot of positive energy.
All right. Well, I understand. I got word it's official. Viva Las Vegas for the Spartans in April. So you guys going on like, was it a 5-6 day jaunt to Vegas? How did this thing develop, and what's the itinerary for this thing?
We're going to Vegas for our spring break, and that's something, a big part of our program is to go somewhere and give the kids the experience every year, and usually it's Orlando or Phoenix, and this year it just happened to be Vegas. We got an invite from Bishop Gorman, a big powerhouse Catholic school out there. So it's an all-Catholic school tournament. Yep. Had to get the okay from the wife first and the family to go. And
you mean you're not going to bring the wife and the kids with you on this one?
Not this year. Not this year. So got the okay there, and obviously from the school and their approval, and really looking to obviously start the year off, not so necessarily start the year off, but get our feet wet with some great competition out west, and a couple local schools going as well, which we hope we don't run into. But yeah, really looking forward to it, and really get our feet wet that way.
What are you playing, 5, 6 games out there? Or
we got 4 scheduled with a couple JV games as well.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Great trip. I think April 14th you leave?
Correct,
right
April
there, right?
14th through the 19th.
That's awesome, man. All right, so you look at this team, and I think the strength is the pitching staff. I don't know, maybe the exception, Joliet Catholic, but I don't think there's a local team with as much depth on the mound as you guys. Jordan Smeevil, Michael Boland, Tyler Fullman, Chandler Kerr. You got a couple other guys that are going to piece in there, but and all those guys are 3-year varsity guys, man. So what is this staff capable of achieving?
A lot, and as you mentioned, those are a lot of names that you had mentioned, and being the experience, I think, is going to give us a lot of help. Again, we face some of the toughest competition in the state. We do believe, obviously, in the ESCC, and all due respect to them, and the Chicago Catholic League as well, and the local public schools too. But with our staff, that's going to be our backbone, as you mentioned. We're very confident with our offense and our defense too, but on the mound, we're going to really rely on those guys, and we made it very clear to them. And I think they know that, and they're going to be up for the challenge.
Yeah.
So aside from the guys you mentioned, obviously, with Chandler and Michael and Jordan and Tyler Fullman, and even using Aiden Stewart a little bit, and obviously not only our starters but our relief and even our bullpen too.
Yeah, you guys are deep, man. And in that sense, the rich got richer because Alec Gonzalez is walking the halls of Marian Catholic after spending his first 2 years at Mount Carmel. And he's a kid, Tennessee. He commit to Tennessee.
Correct.
Tennessee, and I mean, I saw him pitch last year in one game. And he's got tremendous stuff. He's ace type, upper 80s, heck of a deuce. And he's an exceptional middle infielder, so you got a little bit more depth on the mound.
Yes.
and a nice kid, too. Like I said, he's a top of the rotation closer sort of guy, right?
Yeah, he adds a ton of value to our team. And obviously, he threw against us last year, and seeing him on the mound was something special. And we knew that going into him. And aside from a ball player on the field, Alec is just a special individual. Comes from a great family, and one of the hardest workers we have, obviously, seeing him through the entire fall season as well. So, as you mentioned, obviously, playing a little middle infield, aside from his help on the mound, could be very beneficial. And swinging the bat for us too.
Yeah.
So as we always tell everybody starts from ground zero, whether you've been a 3-year starter or you're a new kid on the team. So we're looking forward to the way he performs and putting his effort forward.
Yep. And offensively, you add him into the lineup, and you got a couple 3-year guys as well with Angelo Cantelo, who's going to be our guest in the next segment. Pierce Jones, a Northern Illinois commit in the outfield, and I know Michael Boland's going to play a little bit for you, and Aiden Stewart's going to be in the mix in the middle infield. Eddie King, he's a Louisville commit, only a sophomore outfielder. So, I mean, you got all those guys back, so you guys should be able to generate some runs.
Absolutely, and we look at that, and all those guys obviously have that experience, as I noted to earlier. But a guy like Angelo Cantelo that we really look for, just very soft-spoken, but when those guys need to step forward, they do. And having someone like him behind the plate as a leader, you always talk about your catcher being your leader, and he is that to a T. I think Lewis is getting a steal with him.
Yep.
Great program over at Lewis, and what he's going to be able to generate for them very early on in his collegiate career is going to be special. And another guy too is Cam Buford. Cam Buford's another corner infielder, maybe middle infielder for us that has come a long way, and very proud of him. And as the guys you mentioned, whether it's Michael in the field or Eddie playing the outfield, and then another captain that we look forward to is Pierce. As you mentioned, another 3-year starter being center field, and those guys showing the other guys on our team, the younger guys, the ropes and how our program is really built. And that makes my life so much easier as to them working hard and showing the younger guys. So it's a system. Yep. It's more than a program, it's a system. And those guys, and I couldn't be more thankful for the way they do that.
Well, you mentioned East Suburban Catholic Conference, and I haven't set up this preseason top 10, but I have a really good indication that 3 of the teams from the ESCC, yourself being one, Joliet Catholic and Marist, you guys are going to be in the top 5. Might be a 1-2-3 punch there with you 3. So with that said, you put a lot of emphasis on winning this conference, or you're looking at the postseason, or you're in the Stevie's Way tournament, which a lot of teams, look at as, that's some teams' number 1 goal. How do you kind of play this whole thing, man? Because you'd love to win everything, but that's a tough trifecta to hit.
Yeah, and that's something that I think about on a daily basis. And it's funny you mentioned that, going from obviously the state tournament to down to the ESCC, and then even the Stevie's Way, which means a lot to our kids that have been a part of that. So we haven't got down to sit down as a group and a team and gone over goals yet, and we will do that as soon as we get back from our Christmas break. But obviously you want to be competitive in every one that you do have. The ESCC hasn't been won at Marian Catholic from a baseball standpoint since 1990, if I'm not mistaken. So, and it's difficult, as you mentioned, with those aside from those three teams, even more. Right. The other teams that are very, very talented as well. So we obviously want to compete on the ESCC, and our main goal, as I would hope the kids would be, is to play in that final game at the end of the year. But the Stephen Bajenski tournament with all those great teams in the area, we want to be great in. But from a personal aspect, I'd love to get that ESCC.
Yeah. And you have the pitching depth to kind of be able to pull this thing off. That's the beauty of having all that pitching depth, man. You need arms. All right, so obviously you look back at the 2017 team that finished runner-up in Class 3A. One of the greatest comebacks. You didn't win the game, the championship game, but man, you guys were down, what, 8-1? Was it 7-1, 8-1? And you guys made an unbelievable comeback. One of the greatest comebacks I've experienced. When you look at this team and you look back at that team, where do you see the similarities between the two, and if there are any big differences?
I think the biggest similarity is the experience. We had a lot of three-year starters on that team, and then we had some young guys as well, but the experience was important to us. And what I'm looking for these guys that are now three-year starters for us, that are now seniors, very similar to the 2017 team, is to go out and be those leaders and to show the other kids that they obviously know how to play ball and play ball the right way. Yep. And that's what I really compare both teams to for the 2017 and obviously the 2019 team. And there's a lot of similarities, which obviously bodes well for us, and we're really looking forward to it. So,
good, man. What do you think, once this senior class graduates, do you like what you have at the lower levels? Do you think this is something you can sustain now? You got the program in a situation where it's kind of like a reloading thing, or what?
Yeah, my fourth or fifth year.
Gonna be your fifth. Gonna be your fifth, man.
Appreciate it. So yeah, being my fifth year, and again, I think building up the program was my biggest thing coming in. And with these seniors that are now here, that was my first class of bringing kids in. And I don't think it's a reloading point anymore. I think that the gun is full. Right. You know, so we have all the bullets, and that's all the way through all levels. And so we're really looking not only to this year, never want to look ahead, but the future is bright for Marian Catholic baseball.
And the field has never looked better, my man. It looks tremendous.
That's a testament to the kids working hard on the field.
That's right. That's a key, man.
Yes.
All right, Tony, thanks a lot, my man.
Pat,
and how was little Vinny? I mean, you had your two older girls, man. You got your boy. How old is he now?
Vinny's 4 months.
4 months, my man. So he'll be throwing in a couple months.
Yeah, we're going to tie that right arm behind his back so he can be a lefty like
man.
you,
there
right?
There you go. There you go.
Maddie and Gabby are doing good, and obviously Vinny's our little guy doing well. Thanks for asking.
All right, my man. Have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for coming on board, okay?
Thanks for having me.
All right, folks, we're going to Lisa Thomas Salon Timeout. Remember, 3 locations, Mokina, Tinley Park, Orland Park. Great stocking stuffer. We come back from this break. Marian Catholic senior catcher Angelo Cantelo will be our guest. Stay tuned.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas. Because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island.
If you're suffering from physical pain, nothing else matters. The one thing that should is Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, because experience never mattered more. Serving the community for 25 years with over 90 years of combined orthopedic experience, our fellowship-trained surgeons provide individualized care to those suffering from orthopedic pain. We deliver comprehensive care from diagnostic to surgical to rehabilitative services, all under one roof in each of our locations. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, bringing university-level orthopedic care close to home.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. If you're just joining us, we're at the Beggar's Pizza location, 127th Street in Kedzie, in lovely, historic Blue Island, across the street from the shrine known as Eisenhower. Our next guest, Marian Catholic senior catcher, Angelo Cantelo. Ange, how's it going, my man?
Good, how are you today?
I'm doing all right. So, let's start things off. Third year on the varsity, man. You're a veteran of this team. What are you most excited about this group, man?
I'm looking forward to everything. You know, it's our third year all together, and we have a lot of guys coming back. We have three-year varsity pitchers, which are big. Yep. We have an infielder coming back, and then we have an outfielder coming back who've all been on the team for 3 years. And it's a big deal with all the experience that we're looking forward to the season to get back to starting.
But these guys know when push comes to shove who the leader of this team is, correct?
Everyone's a leader in their own way. Everyone has to lead the team, so it's all about winning, and that's the biggest thing to us.
Nice. All right, so as a sophomore, we talked about with Coach DeCarlo, you guys advanced to the 3A state championship game. So last year, you guys, didn't meet expectations. You guys were young. So how has your sophomore year and your junior year kind of made you into the person you are going into this year?
My sophomore year was all about leadership. The older guys really looked out for us younger guys on the team because there's so many of us that had like a big impact role on the team. And last year, we had a lot of guys that were really, really good, but it wasn't as much of like bonding together. And this year we have the older guys with some younger guys coming back that have all played together. So we're all looking forward to this season, especially because we have all the tools to win, and everyone's really, really good friends.
So you guys got some great team chemistry, huh?
Great team chemistry. We all hang out almost every weekend.
And you guys are getting after it like every morning. I see on social media at 5:30, 6 a.m. you guys are lifting weights and getting after it, or what?
Just a little bit. We're just trying to get better every day.
That's nice. All right. All right, so you caught every inning of every game last season, which is kind of crazy. Was it 249 innings or something, Tone? What was it? Somewhere around there? Yeah, so every inning of every game. Why did you put yourself through that, and what was the hardest part about that?
I mean, it was all about the team. I wanted to win every single day when we went out there, and at the time, Coach DeCarlo asked me if I was able to do it, and I was willing to do it, and I'm willing to do whatever helps the team win the most amount of games. And honestly, it was just staying healthy. Like, after we had a long game or a long stretch of games, last year I believe it was two conference schedules got rained out, so we had to play 6 or 7 games in less than a week, and I had to catch all of them. And it was just tough because we played, I think it was Saturday through Thursday, and it was just the whole bounce back period, just taking care of my body, which was probably the hardest thing about last year.
Yeah, that's the key, man. And 249 innings in 1 year you caught, that's more than your old man caught in 4 years at Eisenhower. Combined, you know that, don't you? All right, so Coach DeCarlo, who we just had on, if you could describe him in one word, what would that one word be?
Dedicated. I mean, from the top to bottom, it's just dedication. He teaches us to be dedicated. He's gotten the field to look great, and I mean, everything about him, he's all about the program, and he's really developing something there.
All right, so you committed to Lewis, which just so happens to be my alma mater. So what made Lewis the right fit for you? What made you feel comfortable? We had Tim McDonough, coach, on a couple weeks ago. What was it about Lewis that made you feel like this is the place?
Everything about it's great. Coach McDonough is awesome. Coach Vasco is also great. And it was all about the whole being close to home. It was a great opportunity for me. And I'm just really looking forward to getting there and just helping the team in building the program there as well.
Yep. This trip to Vegas, man, how excited are you about this?
I mean, it's going to be a great time. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, so I want you to fill in the blank to this question, okay? If my father isn't at one of the games in Las Vegas, it's because he's at the...
My dad's at every single game, so that's a tough one. He doesn't miss much, but...
He doesn't. But if he is going to miss a game or an inning or two...
It would be a craps table.
Man, do you know your dad? You know your dad a little bit, my man. That's good. And, we have this beautiful sausage and cheese pizza. How many of these do you think you've had in your life?
Too many to count.
But you're in excellent shape, man. You are in excellent shape, and I give you a ton of credit because if you look at your freshman year and how you are now, you're talking some major discipline, dedication, man. So I give you a tremendous amount of credit, man, because it takes a lot to be a teenager nowadays and to stay on that path. And obviously you got a great family, and you said Coach DeCarlo keeps you guys in line. So wish you nothing but the best. I'm looking forward to seeing the Spartans this season. And man, to see you at Lewis, my alma mater, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a great experience for you. You know what I'm saying?
Looking forward to it.
All right, Ange. Thanks a lot, my man. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And boy, I'd love to go on that Vegas trip, I'll tell you. I would love to do it, I'll tell you. All right, folks, we are going to go to an athletic, sports, and orthopedic physical therapy timeout. 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. When we return, little players of the week and, you know, some other good stuff. Stay tuned. Athletic, Sports, and Orthopedic Physical Therapy is a 2,200 square foot facility that includes the latest in rehabilitation equipment, including the HydroTrack underwater treadmill. All therapists at Athletics are experienced and offer hands-on treatment for patients that require such therapy. Whether it's your feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, neck, or jaw, Athletics is here to help. We at Athletics understand you as a patient have the right to choose where you receive treatment. Ask your physician if Athletics, with locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park, is right for you. Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
I'm a half sausage for you and your husband and a half just cheese for the kids, who never seem to stop moving. Go ahead and take the night off, Mom. I got you covered. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Marian Catholic coach Tony DeCarlo and senior catcher Angelo Cantelo for being our guests. Good luck to the Spartans this season. All right, folks, results segment sponsored by Athletic, Sports, and Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Our good buddy Tom Mulvey, locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park. All right, results segment real quick. 2 games I was at over the weekend. On Saturday, I covered Marian Catholic's 71-55 win over Waukegan. Spartans are looking really good. They're 7-1 for the Spartans. Jordan Green, 25 points, 12 boards. Aaron Eulish, 21 points. Yemi Ulitillo with 9 points for Marian Catholic. Game I was at Friday night, right down the street. I was at HF. Great game. Undefeated Bloom against HF. Second time they were meeting in the season. And again, for the second time, Bloom pulls out the victory, 57-53. Blazing Trojans are 11-0, man. They really look good. They're young, junior dominant, but Dante Maddox Jr., 19 points. Donovan Newby had 17. Donovan Newby hit some long threes. He hit a three that was probably 30 feet. It was unbelievable. And he's not hoisting it. He's just right there knocking it down. So very impressive. For HF, Isaac Standback had 21 points. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. We're going to hook up Oak Forest freshman Robbie Avila. 26 points against Sandburg, 14 points and 10 boards against Argyle. This kid's a player. I saw him in 8th grade. Tremendous talent. He's got a bright future. Might break all the records at Oak Forest when all is said and done. So we're going to hook him up with a $25 gift card. Compliments to Labriola Bakery Cafe, Stan's Donuts, and La Barra. The Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. Oak Lawn's Madeline McGrath broke the program's single game record when she converted 7 3-pointers. That is getting it done during a 57-54 loss to Rome. They lost the game, but it wasn't because of her. She was knocking down some threes. So we're going to hook her up with a nice gift certificate. Compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon, Mokina, New Lenox, Tinley Park. All good. All right, folks, we come back from this Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. A little high and tight, and a little bit of a celebration. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread. but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience, then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. And hey, folks, High and Tight segment, sponsored by our good friends at Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, locations in Orland Park and Oklahoma. But they said it wouldn't last, folks. And here we are celebrating our 400th show, 16th season. Pretty monumental feat, man. And, you know, obviously, we can't do it without the viewers who, you know, people constantly approach me and say they love the show, and we have a lot of people, thousands upon thousands of people who watch this show online as well, and we appreciate your support. But this show is not possible without our supporters, man. Our sponsors, you know, led the way by Beggar's Pizza, the best pizza, you know, in all of the state, in my opinion, maybe the world, in my opinion. But the Goretto family has been very generous throughout the years with us, and we wouldn't be here without Beggar's Pizza. More than 20 locations throughout the Chicagoland area. And again, Tom Mulvey, Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Tom's been here since day one as well. 2 locations, Orland Park and Oak Lawn. Lisa Thomas Salon, another one that's been here from the start. Tom and Lisa Kamak, their 3 locations in Mokina, Tinley Park, and Orland Park. Labriola Bakery Cafe, we taped there a couple weeks ago. Our good buddy Rich Labriola, Chief Doughboy, and his 2 locations of Labriola, his growing list of Stan's Donuts, and the 2 locations of La Barra and Oak Brook and Riverside. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. Dr. Leonard comes on a couple times a year, and he's tremendous. He's a Sandberg grad, team doctor for Marist and Sandberg. You know, and if you need your car, you know, body repair, you need some engine work or whatever, Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island. Bob Warniak, he's a great man, great sponsor of ours. Apple Chevrolet, you need a new or used car, Apple Chevrolet, they'll hook you up. And Joey's Red Hots, if you haven't been there on 115th and Western, we taped there a few weeks back, man. It's a tremendous location. And with all these places, the majority of these places, it's Christmas time. Have a Merry Christmas. Sponsor them. You know, they'll come up with some gift cards for you, make some great stocking stuffers. The majority of these sponsors. So everyone, have a Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2019. We're going to take a couple weeks off for the holidays, and we'll be back. All right. Merry Christmas.